This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, it's 10 o'clock. We are reconvening the BCA tax appeal hearing on Wednesday, September 25th at 10 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. My name is Chris Shaw. I'm the chair of the Board of Civil Authority. To my right is Holly Reese, our city clerk. Donna Kinville, BCA member. Andrew Chalnick, city council member and BCA member. Elizabeth Fitzgerald, BCA member, city council member. And Emily Norway, city assessor. Sue Ailnick, who will be taking minutes. Online we have, who is online with the Savitsky office?
It's Jacqueline Tracy.
Jacqueline, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so do we need an official motion to reconvene the hearing? Make a motion to reconvene the hearing. Thank you, Donna. Elizabeth, Andrew, thank you. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, abstain? Here we go. We are on to agenda item 3. We're reviewing additional materials that we requested from the appellant, Jacqueline's office, and they are in front of you. Would you care to summarize that information for us, Jacqueline?
Yeah, absolutely. So I basically, there was a few things that we had discussed last time that I know were kind of maybe not fully addressed or answered. So I just wanted to kind of add some more clarity. Part of it is that our requested value was at the fair market value and not at the assessed value. So we wanted to make clear our ask for the assessed value conclusion would be 4.3. And so that's on that top part. I know last time, like we said, we had some discussions, which basically the assessed value is what you're taxed on, but with applying the ratio, it would be the fair market value, which is what the conclusion is for what the fair market value, that's what it would be in the marketplace. And so we had, I also provided some case law that shows that at the PVR and, in the Vermont courts, they would be looking at the ratio when determining what we are arguing the fair market value. If an appraiser was to appraise a property, they would be looking at the fair market value. So that would basically, and the point there is that the town's value is not simply the assessed value. The town's value is the assessed value with the fair market, with the ratio being applied. And that would take you to a fair market value of 6.4. So that is that first part. Second, I know that when we had provided, one of our documents was a Walgreens Taunton sale, and there was a question as to what was the rent, but that property was owned by Walgreens at the time, so there would not have been any rent. And then I think that is mostly it. I think that's really what I wanted to flag.
Okay, so we're just going to try and create what we were asking for, which was the number that would equate to our apples to apples with our thing. Did we need an oath taken on this, Holly, for any?
It was really an extenuation of when she'd already taken it. So.
Okay. I'm sorry, Jacqueline, go ahead.
Oh, no, yep, exactly. And so that number would be at the top of the email just to kind of show you. So even though our proposed fair market value conclusion was 5.2, that would mean our assessed value conclusion would be 4.3. So it would be comparing the assessed value of 5.3 to 4.3.
Any confusion on that? Okay, thank you, Jacqueline, for clarifying that. And welcome, Tim. I see you're online. We are going to review the site visit report now. Item 4, if you recall, I hope you have a copy, Jacqueline.
I do. Unfortunately, it's a little bit blurry. Just I think the scan the way it worked, but obviously I'll listen to what you guys say and I'll take it in.
All right. So the 3 members of the inspection committee are present with us now: Tim Barrett online, myself, and Donna Kinville to my right. So I'll be happy to describe it. We were there at 8 o'clock on the morning of the 19th, as we described. The report was dated, if you don't have the date, on that same day. So I'm sorry if that hasn't been filled in. Please do fill it in. We filled it out on site there. We walked the whole perimeter of the building. We walked inside the building, and we were able to access all points of the building. So what we document here is a fair representation of what we saw and tried to match to the property record card for the city.
Absolutely.
We did take some pictures. Some of the pictures have been included, perhaps if needed. I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos. Did you get a copy of those photos, Jacqueline?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. So in effect, we found that there were 2 separate numbered accesses to the building, and they were not able to access from one number 514, which you have listed as the street address, was not able to access to number 516, which was the second labeled door on the outside of the building on the ground floor that went directly up to the second floor.
Right.
And that is a separate street address, but there was no access between the two as far as we could tell. So they were separate and distinct. So as we said in the missed notes on the property, 516 is a separate access second floor. It had 2 large bathrooms, 8 small offices, 5 large ante rooms. It was heated with drop ceilings. It was all windowed. And then in the back, there was an extra storage area with no windows. And we noted that as 87 feet by 60 feet. 514 is the ground floor. It is the first floor store and pharmacy and receiving storage and cooler and 2 offices and 2 bathrooms, representing the retail operation with the receiving dock and storage. The discrepancies that we found to the lister card was that 55% or most of the second floor is habitable, heat, power, windows, and plumbing. And we found that to be different in that it was noted as storage on the property card. 45% of the area is open storage area, and that was at the back of the building. It's represented in the picture by the all metal, the very last photo that we have. You see a brick facade on the side of the building, and then you see an all metal second floor. That all metal appears to be the back storage area that doesn't have the same accommodations as the front office area.
Got it.
The storage area, in addition, extends over the carport for the drive-through pharmacy, and it's seemingly different from the sketch. The sketch shows that the end of the building ends where the carport begins on the second floor, and that does not appear from the picture to be the case. That is an extra 20 feet on that back storage area by the 80 feet. I had also made notes on a sketch. Did you get a copy of that sketch, Jacqueline?
Yes.
Okay, that shows that that additional 20 feet extends beyond where the sketch shows over the carport, drive-through pharmacy lane. And that means there's an additional 20 by 60 foot storage area that wasn't shown on the sketch. So that 20 by 60 translates to 1,200 square additional feet on the second floor. So that was a discrepancy in our estimation. In addition, this is not noted on the committee report, but you note on the pictures of the front that there's a false facade second floor on the entrance corner.
Right.
And there's notes on the sketch that we included that indicate that dimensions on the second floor, 24 by 16 or something of that order. But it's not usable space as such, in that it's there for display purposes, if you will, or zoning purposes to provide a way to get around the sign things.
Right.
Okay, is that clear?
Yes, and then just one question. So are you guys just, your understanding that the extra square footage is there because the exterior of the building shows it extended, so it's your understanding that that must be inside the space? Because
Yes.
is there a possibility that the wall ends, but the space still goes? Does that make sense? You know, is that
Yeah,
possible?
there is a possibility, but that's not in our, you know, bailiwick to figure out whether
No,
there's a
no, I just meant,
or
yeah,
not.
I guess my question is just, I think that the assessor's square footage matches the lease square footage, which, you know, so I would assume maybe that's possible, but that's just obviously both of us assuming, but I believe there's like site plans in the lease that which reflect that, so, but that's just a thought.
We noted the discrepancy in the report. We didn't, you know, go to the additional square footage as being tacked on
Right,
by our observation. We just noted the discrepancy, and
got it.
that's how we did it.
Okay, great.
Is that fair?
Yep, no, absolutely. Just wanted to make sure that was, yeah.
Okay. And in the same way, we noted, and it's not on the report, I'm afraid, but on the sketch, there were hand notes about the false facade, as I just mentioned, the entranceway, the second floor. Okay?
Yep.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I have. I want to offer Tim and Donna opportunities to weigh in on the report.
Hi, Jacqueline. I'm Tim Barrett. I was one of the three that visited the site. I just want to express my disappointment that the employees were not informed that we were going to be arriving at the time that we were assured that they would be informed that we would be
They
arriving.
were
So
definitely informed, so I don't
they had no idea. They had no idea. The floor manager had no idea we were coming. There were only 2 employees there, just so you know.
No, I appreciate that because I also, you know, what I will say is that different store managers work different days, and the individuals I spoke with twice were not the store manager who was going to be present, but they communicated to me that they would absolutely be letting them know and made sure they have the keys to take you guys to the back space and all of that, and, you know, understood that you had to see the whole property and we're going to communicate it.
But that being said, the 2 employees were very cooperative and very helpful and secured the keys we needed to get to the upstairs area very quickly. And you know, between the 2 of us, we were able to get the door open because nobody goes up there very often, I guess.
Yes, no.
That's all I have. Thanks.
And I'm Donna, the third member. I mean, I agree with everything that Chris has said. You know, it's a beautiful building. It's a beautiful store. And we just did notice that discrepancy. I think we're a little surprised by the quality of the second floor.
And I don't know, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
The store manager I spoke to, and I'm not sure if this was communicated as well, had made it very clear to me that they had unfortunately, just continuously have break-ins and people vandalizing this space. And it basically got to a point of they couldn't do much. And if they, from their stance, you know, who knows, they say that if they've called in issues to the, you know, police in the area and basically nothing can really be done. So they're struggling with what to do with this space, but it's, you know, anytime that they have tried to clean it up, it just gets put back right into that space with people breaking in and doing whatever.
Jacqueline, what we noticed was that you know, there was some broken drywall and debris on the floor, but there also were a lot of elements where somebody had been starting to do some fit-up work. There were a lot of brand new exit signs in a pile on the floor. There were other elements where there was electrical supply stuff that was in original boxes waiting to be installed, receptacles and things like that, which was really interesting.
Yes, no, and again, from my understanding, there's been considered further use, but it's almost was determined that it would not be the cost to fix it up would not be worthwhile for its use.
Any other thoughts, Donna, Tim?
Nope.
Okay. As far as I know, we're about to enter into our deliberations, Jacqueline, and we're going to excuse you for that purpose. If you'd like to hang around, we're going to come out of the deliberations and announce that we're going to send you a letter within 15 days, hoping that we've made a decision on our deliberation in the next 15, 20, 30 minutes. And that will be the end of it. I don't feel you need to be here for when
I don't think so. Yes, I appreciate that, but I agree.
But that is the process. Do you have any questions on the process?
No, not at all. Thank you guys so much for all your time with this.
And thank you.
You're welcome, Jacqueline.
I'm sorry?
Have a great day.
Okay. So I'll need a motion to enter into deliberations on this matter.
I move.
Thank you, Donna. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Elizabeth. All those in favor, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
This conference will now be recorded.
And Andrew, you're going to second that? Thank you. All those in favor of exiting? Aye. Thank you. Right. Anyone opposed? Abstain? Thank you. Okay, so our next steps are we are going to write a letter within 15 days. We will document the concerns or need for further investigation, or the concerns about the additional 1,200 square feet. We will document the 55% office space with the purported 45% storage space on the second floor. And we will inform the appellant of our decision in that letter. So is that clear? Okay. Any further business? If not, move to close the hearing. Donna?
So move.
Second.
And second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Tim. I'm going to ask Emily how we can term the income value as the recommended assessed value.